So this is a new series that I want to give a try, and honestly, it's just because I want to really open up the content and try and do a couple different things. And obviously, the facet of Reddit is a big place for concepts and suggestions. So this video is going to be a time frame of just talking about different concepts that I found throughout the week that I found super interesting that I'd like to share with you guys. Also, I want to give appreciation to those people who created those concepts because personally I didn't ask them for the use of these concepts. However, I will link every single one of these specific Reddit posts in the description down below so that you guys can go ahead and give those posts the love that they need and deserve. I absolutely do not take credit for any of their content at all, and that is not my intention here. So let's get right into some of the concepts. So first one we have here is a different styles of peeling. Now, obviously, we have Fishstick, who seems to be getting a new style for each season theme, so why not do it for one of our favorite characters right now, Peely. A lot of people in the Reddit community really enjoy Peely overall, and we obviously have a couple different styles. Now, the block one is a little weird, okay? I don't know about Kevin being a Peely form. Like, that'd be kind of weird to see. Also, it just would not fit correctly because it just wouldn't make sense. Now, if they just made a dark Peely, that'd be pretty cool, but not in a block form. That can't happen. And then the apple Peely is also a little weird, a little bit of like a Kool-Aid Man vibe kind of thing going on. So maybe not an apple Peely either. Maybe we'll pass on that one. Mushroom Peely though, really darn cool. I actually really like it. And then I don't really know what the epic Peely is, or just like the plain I guess it's supposed to be the Fortnite's Peely. And then they have a pepper version of Peely, which is super cool. I actually really like that one a lot. And also the palm tree Peely is really cool, as well as the hop rock Peely. All really cool concepts. And again, those were made by the first link in the description. I will leave those guys for you down below. The next concept that I have up on you guys' screen here is the idea of having multiple garages across the map. Now, this has been suggested very many times on the Reddit across multiple different accounts. I've probably seen this suggestion about 100 times, I'm not gonna lie. And this person suggests that, hey, why don't we use some of those gas stations / garages across the map? So ballers, driftboards, and quad crashers can be healed at highlighted garages. Vehicles will heal 100 HP over time, so 20 seconds. And why not put the multiple garages across the island to use? Now, obviously, there's a little mini map there that kind of shows that there's one up by Junk, there's two in the Pleasant Park area, and then there's one more down at Soccer Field, there's one in Salty Springs, there's one over by Lucky Landing, and there is one in Paradise Palms, as well as the racetrack. So there's a lot of different ones that could be used, and also would be, you know, a cost and effect kind of thing, where maybe your baller is there healing and it's making like a loud like pump sound in the general area that people are able to hear, so they know that you're kind of like reviving your own whatever vehicle that you're trying to use. So I think that would be an interesting concept. Now, I don't know how well it will work in competitive play, because, you know, if ballers are like getting shot and then you just go over to the gas station and just heal up really quick, then it might be an issue. And he doesn't really state if there's only going to be one use or multiple uses. So maybe there could be like a thing where it's like, oh, you know, you can use each one of these gas stations once per time per match, and then it would allow you to, you know, one person throughout all 100 players will be able to go ahead and use that gas station to, you know, restore the health of their specific vehicle. So I really like the idea. I kind of like the concept, just don't know how well it will work in competitive play. So the next concept that I think would be very interesting to see, or just like the idea in general just has been coming up a lot in the last couple of months, is the idea of a Thunder Jug. Legendary rarity, adds 50 storm shield to protect you from the storm, and 10 seconds consumption rate, max stack of 2. This is probably one of the best worst ideas of the bunch here. So obviously there is so many drawbacks with having a 50 tick storm shield that you can use twice. Okay, imagine having that late game and sitting in the storm for all of what? It's a 10 tick storm at the end of the circles. So that means that you can use 2 of these to negate 100 damage, which means you can spend 10 seconds in the storm just firing away at the other person. So it's really controversial. Obviously, this is one of the things that will never probably come to the game, and it's absolutely not the best idea overall. However, I do like the creativity for it, you know, like it's not a terrible idea. I think just the numbers need to be reduced. So say maybe Thunder Jugs only spawn via the first circle, and maybe if you're in Junk, you'll have like a Thunder Shield, Thunder Jug for those 50 ticks that you may tick on your way into the zone. So that will work. Also, it would only drop in a stack of 1, and maybe even just take it down to like 30 ticks max, so that, you know, you can get out of the storm a survivable way. So I don't know how they would make it so that you could only use it during like the first circle, and then stop using them, like they just like negate themselves after the first circle, like they just disappear off the map. Don't know how that would work or how they would manage that, but I do like the idea, and I think that in a proper iteration it could potentially work, but I definitely don't think it should be ever put into competitive play if they don't get that kind of like first circle thing going. Like I think it needs to be first circle. So we have two more concepts left. Now our next concept is actually kind of based off an item that not a lot of people really remember even exists. So we do have peppers on the map in very specific locations. I think they only spawn in the desert areas, but most people don't even pick them up or eat them at all. It's one of the forgotten items of Fortnite, just like bottle rockets. I'm sure you guys forgot those were even in the game, but the fiery salsa jug, so this is what he says. Inspired by the hot peppers in the desert, double your run speed for 10 seconds, carry a max of 2, ideal to get near the circle when far away. Now, you could also use this to just make aggressive play. Now, 10 seconds I think is reasonable. Like, I don't think that's too out of the question. I believe that's just how long the hot peppers last, if not 5 seconds, so maybe half of that. And I don't think 10 seconds for 2 stacks isn't terrible, but I definitely think that they should be in, epic rarity. Like, you should very, very, very rarely be able to find them. So I think that they would be a cool concept to see in the game as an item to just be a little bit more aggressive with, maybe even in late game, just to really run into circles a little bit faster than most players would actually be really nice, and maybe even allow it to be paired with other items. So like with glider redeploy, you'd be able to glide faster, or maybe even with, bounce pads, you can bounce off of them and at a higher speed or higher rate or whatever. Maybe, I don't know, just random ideas. That would be really cool to see, and definitely something that I think could potentially come to the game in the future. I don't think it's too out of the question, but again, these are all concepts. Nothing is set in stone, and absolutely none of these ideas are really too acknowledged unless they get a little bit more attention on the Reddit. But most of the time Epic's just like, we see it, but like we're not gonna really try and implement something like that. So we don't know. We'll see what happens in the future. Now we have one more concept left. Our last concept here that we're going to be looking at is the idea of having different color edit styles. So obviously you guys can see on your screen that there's a blue, there's a green, a yellow, a pink, orange, and purple idea of just different colors. Now personally, I don't have any issue with the current edit color, and I don't think this is necessarily necessary at all, but it would be kind of cool to see some customization in that sense. I mean, why not? Like, if it's able to be simply done to just kind of change those colors, then sure, let players have the option to choose whatever color they want for their edits, and I don't think that would create any difficulties or issues in terms of transparency. Like, all the colors just need to be matched at the same opacity that the other ones have, and then that way you end up with just equaled colors, and you just decide which color you want to rock. I mean, I definitely think I would rock probably a purple, or a red would be really cool to rock as well. It could be a little confusing actually when you can't do certain edits, because I know that there is a certain color for like edits that don't actually work, so maybe that becomes a little bit of an issue. But other than that, I think this is a reasonable concept, and it actually got a lot of like disagreement on the Reddit. A lot of people's like, oh, this is so pointless, like why would anyone need this? So I don't think it's like a terrible idea if it's something that can be done very easily. So that's it. That's all I have for you guys today. I really wanted to get through all this gameplay in the background because it's a decent gameplay. Kind of choked at the end, but still really decent gameplay. But anyways, that's it for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like, sub, share around. Let me know if you guys like this kind of concept video. I really enjoyed doing it. I really enjoyed talking about concepts and kind of giving my own feedback and seeing what you guys think of these concepts as well. So let me know if you enjoyed it. Links for every single one of these posts down in the description below, and I will catch you guys later. Peace. Also, shout out to each person who created these concepts. Huge shout out to them for allowing us to do this video. Obviously, again, I didn't really ask them if I could use their concepts. However, I'm going to give them all the credit and all the glory that they can possibly get because they deserve it, and I don't want to take credit for their work. Okay, that is not my intention here, and I'll make that clear one more time. Not my intention to take credit for their work. Links in the description for all of these posts, and make sure you guys give them a love and be like, hey, I saw your concept in one of these videos, and it was super cool. I think this is a cool idea. That's all you guys say. So, hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.